Welcome back to the O Show, everything crypto and NFTs. Every day I'm your host with the most, Wendy O. All right, we got a couple topics that we have to talk about. Today's a bit of a slow news day, plus it is Saturday, so I'm wishing you and your families, or whatever, an amazing day. This morning started off a little bit rough for me. Had a really bad anxiety attack, but I was able to do things to help it go away. So just understand if you're having a bad day, I'm sending you love and light and it will get better. So first and foremost, we got to talk about XRP. And there's a couple other things regarding NFTs we will discuss as well that is just equally as important because there's it's just a big hot mess. So, and we had talked about this on the show before, XRP not being a security on the secondary market. So of course the SEC wants to go ahead and appeal that, their drama, they got their issues, all of that stuff, which is what it is. But we did also talk about the Brad Garling House information, okay? Reminder, the request for appeal, even if granted, doesn't change the fact that XRP is not a security. That's not up for debate. Trial, but the SEC continues to claim that Chris and I acted recklessly, believing that XRP is not a security. That's utter nonsense. So we've heard from John Deaton, we've heard from Eleanor, we've heard from a lot of these people that are really talking about the whole SEC thing, because of course the SEC wants to go back after Ripple for other things, okay? Which again, I think this stuff is absolutely ridiculous. It's wasting people's time, money, and whatnot, okay? So with that being said is we have to keep our fingers crossed that even down the line, that there's not really too many appeals done and that the SEC just kind of backs off. I don't think that they're going to back off. We still have to fight. But again, right now, XRP is not a sale on the secondary market, and that's important because it could impact the entire crypto industry. Make sure to smash that like, and good morning to all of my beautiful people. Now, a couple other things we do have to talk about with Bitcoin. A lot of people are super concerned what's happening with Bitcoin, okay? Bitcoin is currently, well, actually, we'll talk about that in a minute. I want to talk about Opensea really quickly, and this is important, okay? Opensea is not collecting sales fees and also not collecting royalties. Let's talk about why this is so important, because this is also going to relate to profit taking. So in order to run a successful business, a centralized exchange, you need to charge fees. A lot of the exchanges that went down during the crypto contagion, or exchanges that are having money problems, were having these promotions like, no swap fees and no trading fees, that type of stuff. That's okay if it's done as a promotion short term, but it's not okay if it's done long term, because how are these people gaining revenue? Centralized exchanges act as a business. They act as essentially kind of like a third party, but not to be confused as a bank, because they don't have the proper protections put in place. But again, FDIC doesn't even really protect you either. 149 people watching, only 43 likes. Let's get it up to at least 100. So in order to run a successful business model, you need to collect fees. Now, when we talk about royalties really quickly with NFTs, NFTs allow real creators, artists, musicians, writers, whomever, to actually have complete ownership of their work. Similar to how Bitcoin allows everybody to have complete control and ownership of their money. So NFTs are important, royalties are important, because this is how creators get paid. So this is a very bad idea by OpenSea. They're probably going to have a lot of issues. Mark Cuban went after them. A lot of other people said stuff about it too, okay? And right now the NFT market is dumped like 80 to 90%. Very similar to what we've seen altcoins do in previous cycles and what we've kind of seen altcoins do now. And this is a typical cycle. The NFT folks don't really understand how this works or how market cycles work. And a lot of times an NFT project or a brand new crypto asset, the prices are generally going to depreciate a lot during the bear market because Bitcoin's price is down. And also, it's just kind of what happens. It's cyclical. And you also have to think of this stuff as small businesses. Most of these things end up going to zero or going away because being an entrepreneur is hard, and that's okay. So there's a crypto project. It is called, an Ordinals project. It's called Taproot Wizards, and they're down 98%, and everyone's pissed off about it, the maxis. Now, my thoughts on that. When you decide to buy an asset, when you decide to buy anything, that's your choice. That's your business. And you should understand the risk. And you should also understand that some of this stuff is not going to stay appreciate in price forever. There's market swings and lows. Okay. And we see this with Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin is trading at approximately 26.5 to about 24.8. And that's the range that we're in. I think that we do have the opportunity to continue to go lower. Make sure to smash the likes. We want to push this information out. Now, with that being said, when Bitcoin tanks, generally the entire market tanks, especially altcoins. And how do we talk about mitigating risks here? Okay, how do we talk about mitigating risks? Well, Taproot Wizards is down 98%. The Bitcoin maximalists are going absolutely wild. They're trashing, they're talking crap, all of that stuff. And Taproot Wizards is an ordinal project. So With that being said, I don't see an issue with it. If you are buying a project, or if you're buying anything and you're actively trading and investing stuff and you're not planning on taking profit, you will get wrecked. And we call this a moonbag strategy. Moonbag strategy is basically when you buy, how low do I go? Oh, very low. But basically a moonbag strategy is you decide to use disposable income in invest in a project, trade a project, do whatever it is. Your decision. You've done your due diligence, okay? You've got your trading and investing journal. Once number goes up, you start taking profit and you pull out your initial investment and you rinse and repeat. With NFTs, you would basically buy 2 from the same collection or mint 3, whatever it is. So with that being said, a lot of people just didn't actively take profit. And this is why, smash those likes, O Nation, let's go. But this is why we advocate heavily for profit taking. And I don't like the diamond hand strategy. Like if you want to hold Bitcoin for 20 years, that's fine, but you need to understand the risks. And this is what we're seeing with NFTs. And the NFT folks are completely clueless as to how this works, about the market cycles and whatnot. So if you're wanting to potentially invest in a project, that's on you, that's your business, but you do need to understand number goes down, okay? Number goes down, okay? And you do need to actively take profit or have a strategy, because if you don't do that, you're gonna get caught holding the bag. And that goes for NFTs and it goes for crypto assets as well. And right now we're in this really weird phase where we didn't think prices were going to go back down again. But again, the halving is still like, I want to say it's about 200 days away. And that is a fluctuating number because it depends on the miners and how, what they're producing and all that type of stuff. So that being said, the market can definitely go back down again. We can see 20,000. We might even see 15,000 again. Again, I diamond hand because I don't YOLO and Wendy. That's your business soul adventures, just as long as you understand how that works. 174, if you at least get us up to 169 likes, come on. But again, I'm going to be aggressively reminding you all again to advocate profit taking, to consider that in your trading investing journal based on your needs. Why do you want to do that? Because you don't want to be poor. You're literally here to make as much money as ethically as possible, so act like it. And especially with Bitcoin, like, one of my strategies is that I like to either dollar cost average, not terribly too much, but I like to set limit orders. It allows me to set limit orders, and then I can scoop some up. And then limit orders basically allow you to dictate what you do with the market. And then I decide to sell that later on. So this was just a friendly reminder to take profits, consider that, learn how to do that. If it goes to 15K, I'll be able to buy a whole one. Shout out to Chad Smith for being an absolute Chad. But again, that's your business. We don't do financial advice on this channel. And another thing too, we're supposed to have Hurricane Hilary in California. So I took down some of the poles, like the umbrella things like that. And I'm a little bit nervous because it's just me and Lo here, but thank goodness we have good friends that will be able to help us if something kind of like goes awry. And I know I look like absolute crap because I wasn't feeling well this morning. Wells Fargo stole your grinds, I'm sorry. But yeah, so if you're in California, San Diego, a lot of these places that are impacted by Hurricane Hilary, try to get some dry supplies, just get your stuff down. Who knows how bad it's going to be, but fingers crossed, praying for you. Moral of the story, XRP is not a security on the secondary market. Hopefully we can use this case law to apply to other crypto assets. Opensea is removing royalties and not collecting sales money. That's not good. That is bad. Thank you so much, D. I appreciate it. Mr. Dare. D-Dare. NFTs, they won't always appreciate and hold their value. There are a lot of times like SQUIDGROW, and they will probably mostly go away. Bitcoin is trading in the 26.5, 24.8 range, so be very, very cautious. I got it, Raider. We're good. We're all good over here. Thanks, Dad. And Taproot is down 98%. And Udi is offering refunds for people that bought those, which I think it's ridiculous. If you do decide you want to invest or buy a project, you need to just, take the L and, accountability. But anyways, sending you all love and light. Shout out to Chili Rainbow. Shout out to K-Swiss. Shout out to Raider. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be live streaming sometime and sending y'all love and light. Bye-bye.